Hello
Hello
friends,
friends,
I am
I am
Dr.
Dr.
Pooja
Pooja
and
and
I have been
I've been
discussing about molecular biology, different aspects of DNA replication structure so far
so
in
far
my
in my
previous
previous
videos.
videos.
Now today in my present video I am going to discuss about DNA repair mechanism. Now
Now
DNA, as you all know, it is the actually you can say hereditary component which is transmitted from one generation to another generation. So
so
if there is any change in the sequence of DNA, there are so many factors which can lead to change in the conformation or composition of DNA. It can lead to mutations also. So today in this video of mine, I will be discussing what are the factors which can lead to the damage to DNA, and obviously there has to be a repair mechanism present in our body only to protect the DNA to get mutated. So let's start up with my video. Hello. Now see, what are the factors which can cause damage to DNA? What are the different type of DNA damage and how DNA, once it is damaged, how it is repaired? Now what are the causes of DNA damage? First is replication errors or defective proofreading. As you all know, when DNA undergoes replication, it has to undergo proofreading. Just suppose if we appear in an exam, if we do the question, finish the question paper, before submitting it finally, we undergo revision. That is the same is the case with DNA. DNA undergoes proofreading so that just to check the mismatch base pairing, because all of us know that adenine has to pair up with thymine, guanine has to pair up with cytosine. So sometimes what happens is if adenine pairs with this or this pairs with this, so this has to be checked before DNA undergoes complete replication. If there is defective proofreading, it will lead to what? The error in replication, or there will be a change in the sequence. Because see, DNA is the one which is responsible for the synthesis of RNA also. So if it is defective, automatically this will be transmitted to the proteins also. Then second is the exposure to chemical agents. This is very important. When it is exposed to chemical agents which are actually known as mutagens. Mutagens are the chemicals which are inducing mutations in DNA, and they are actually carcinogenic in action. Exposure to ionizing radiations like ultraviolet rays, X-rays, they can also lead to damage to DNA. Spontaneous deamination of bases. This is very important. Deamination means a removal of the amino group. So what happens is there is a change in the base. Jaise if cytosine undergoes deamination, it will be converted into uracil. Then spontaneous depurination of DNA. Spontaneous depurination means removal of a purine, which leads to the formation of apurinic sites. So these are some of the factors which are leading to damage to DNA, and we are going to study these different factors one by one in detail. Now defective proofreading, I've already told you, if there is mismatched base pairing, so it can lead to an error in replication. This is a very important slide. What are the chemical mutagens which are present? See, these are carcinogens. Just if we see polyaromatic hydrocarbon, just say benzpyrene is there. It is highly carcinogenic in action, and it is present in coal tar. It is present in cigarettes, bidis, and smoked animal foods, and it leads to the cancer of the oral cavity, plus leads to the cancer of the skin and lungs. Similarly, aromatic amines and azodies like beta-naphthylamine, azobenzene, benzidine, these are all carcinogenic in action, leading to cancer of the urinary bladder. Naturally occurring carcinogens like aflatoxin and griseofulvin, they can lead to hepatocellular carcinoma. Nitrosamines, they are again present in certain foods which can lead to gastric cancers. Asbestos, a silicate filling material, it can lead to cancer of lungs. Similarly, alkylating and acylating agents can lead to different type of leukemias and lymphomas. So these are what? These are the chemical agents which are leading to DNA damage. The next is, what is the effect of ionizing radiations? Now see, X-rays, ultraviolet rays and radioactive radiations, chemotherapy and all, they can all lead to damage to DNA. Then the most common one is spontaneous deamination of bases. Deamination means just now I told you removal of the amino group. And यहाँ पे this is a very good picture. इसमें you can see when cytosine undergoes deamination, it is converted into uracil. Obviously, यहाँ पे you can see there is a change in the base from cytosine. The base has been changed to uracil. So, you know कि DNA undergoes semi-conservative mode. So one strand will be like this, half of the parental strand is there. So this strand will be okay. But what happens to this? There is a mutant strand or mutant sequence present in this strand where this uracil, this is replaced by thymine and adenine. So this is nothing but this is leading to change in the reading frame, or this is spontaneous deamination of the bases. Second is spontaneous depurination of DNA. Purine bases are lost from DNA by hydrolysis of the glycosidic bond, but the phosphodiesterase bond will be intact, because see, this is how it is attached: adenine plus thymine, which is attached to sugar, which is attached to phosphate, further this and this. So there will be a change here, not here. And this depurinated site will be known as a apurinic site. You can see the picture here, depurinated adenine, because adenine is lost. New strand and an adenine thymine nucleotide pair has been deleted after replication. So again there will be a change in the reading frame of DNA. Reading frame will be changed. Right. Then what are the different type of DNA damage? The most common one is there is alteration in the single base. There can be alteration in the two bases, like formation of thymine-thymine dimer takes place. Chain break, that there is a chain breakage in the chain, which is actually due to the release of oxygen free radicals and ionizing radiations. Then there is cross-linking between bases of same or opposite DNA strands. The most common one is single base alteration, means alteration around a single base, which can occur by how? By spontaneous deamination of bases, like change from cytosine to uracil, spontaneous depurination of DNA leaving the apurinic sites, alkylation of bases. Alkylation means, suppose alkylation is when there is attachment of a methyl group. So if we attach methyl group to uracil, its conformation will change, the structure will change. Uracil can be converted into thymine, uracil can be converted into cytosine, something like that. Then deamination of bases. Deamination means amino group is removed. So again, if the amino group is removed from cytosine, it is converted into uracil. If it is converted from adenine, it is converted into hypoxanthine and guanine to xanthine. So you can see there will be a change in the sequence. Then transversion. Transversion is purine is replaced by pyrimidine, and transition is purine is replaced by purine. So this is along the single base alteration, which can lead to again damage to DNA. Damage to DNA. Right. Then next is, if DNA is damaged, so obviously it has to be repaired. Repair of this damaged DNA is very, very important. So how do we define this DNA repair? It is simply a collection of processes by which a cell identifies and corrects damage to the DNA molecules that encode its genome. In human cells, both normal metabolic activities and environmental factors such as UV light radiations can cause DNA damage. And many of these can alter or eliminate the cell's ability to transcribe the gene that the affected DNA encodes. Just now I told you, because there is a central dogma of information. DNA transfers this information to RNA, which translates the information in the form of proteins or amino acids. So as a consequence, what will happen? The DNA repair process is constantly active as it responds to damage in the DNA structure. When normal repair processes fail and when cellular apoptosis does not occur, irreparable DNA damage may occur, including double strand breaks and DNA cross linkages. Then what are the different type of DNA excision repair? We can basically what we have to repair that DNA. What are the different methods involved in this? The most important one is base excision repair, very important and most common. Nucleotide excision repair, mismatch repair, which is not completely studied in eukaryotes also. Direct repair, again very important, and recombinational DNA repair, which actually repairs the double strand breaks in DNA. So let's take up these one by one. First of all, we are going to take up base excision repair. Base excision repair is simple, spontaneous deamination. You can see it is present both in prokaryotes and eukaryotes. What happens is one base is removed by glycosylase enzyme. Here you can see this is a very good picture which explains all the bonds, you can say. This is the bond which is the glycosylic bond, a glycosidic bond. This is the nitrogenous base and these are the hydrogen bonds. So this damaged base is actually now uracil is there, so this has to be removed. How this is removed is, you can see uracil, guanine, DNA glycosylase will take out this. This is how a lesion will be produced, and then DNA polymerase and ligase is going to repair this, and you can see the corrected base is there. What happens is variety of DNA AP endonucleases recognizes the site with a missing base. Endonucleases means, endo means internally, nucleases which is digesting the nucleic acids. AP is, it is a apurinic site. So you can see that this site is actually filled up by, you can say the wrong base is removed and then correct base is done by the action of DNA polymerases and ligases. So base excision repair is around a single base where there is a change due to deamination of the bases. This is again a very important slide. You can see this is a very good, in fact, diagram. You can see how this uracil is cut out. This scissor, this is the action of the enzyme. Enzyme is taking out this, glycosylase enzyme is taking this uracil out, and then this is how the nick is filled. Uracil was there and in the new strand it is corrected. Here guanine and uracil were there. Here guanine has corrected with cytosine. And the steps are: uracil DNA glycosylase recognizes uracil, it cleaves the glycosidic bond, uracil comes out, AP endonucleases cleaves that bond, and then DNA polymerases along with this fills the gap and seals the nick. So this is the most common method of DNA repair mechanism, that is base excision repair. Second is nucleotide excision repair. Now nucleotide excision repair means combined nucleotide has to be removed and ligated again. So it is catalyzed by a multi-enzyme complex which is also known as ABC exenuclease, which has three components: UVRA, UVRB and UVRC. And how it acts is, UVRA in the starting attaches to the damaged site. First of all, it has to attach itself to the damaged site, and then it allows a complex which is produced, and this complex then cuts the nucleotide. Excised DNA is removed, and then with the help of DNA polymerases and ligase, this nick is again sealed up. Here you can see damage recognized by UVR ABC nicks. See, this is how it is removed, and this is how with the help of DNA polymerase and ligase the nick is sealed. So this is what is nucleotide excision repair. Then mismatch repair system. Now this mismatch repair system is very rare. It is not well studied in eukaryotes. There is combined effort of three very important enzymes: MUT-S, MUT-H, MUT-L and single strand binding proteins. And the enzymes required are methylase and helicases. DNA polymerase 3 is required in the end to fill the gap, and exonuclease to cut it, and DNA ligase to seal it in the end. But just now I told you it is not well studied in eukaryotes. And basically what happens is one strand is methylated. Suppose if we have two strands, right? One strand is methylated and the other strand is non-methylated. Why? To protect it from the effect of other endonucleases enzyme. So that depends on the wish of the enzyme DNA polymerase कि on which enzyme it has to act. Suppose if this is there, cytosine के साथ से thymine is there. So we have to methylate one strand and the other base will be removed so that cytosine can base pair with guanine. जैसे for example, the adenine with palindromic sequence in parental DNA is methylated by DAM methylase. And you can see the picture also. This is how it reacts. You can see out of the two strands, one strand is being methylated. This is methylated. So obviously the strand which is methylated is as such, and this is how DNA helicases is acting. You can see DNA polymerases is acting, and finally we get the complete strand like this. Same is the case here. This nick is sealed by DNA ligase. So this is what? This is methyl directed mismatch repair in E. coli. Then direct repair system. Direct repair means it corrects the damaged DNA without removing the base or a nucleotide. This means no removal of base or nucleotide is there. And how it occurs? There's a photoreactivation of thymine dimers by photolysis group of enzyme. Thymine dimer is actually undergoes photoreactivation by photolysis. Similarly, repair of alkylated base. This methyl guanine is actually converted into its component, and this methyl group is taken over by the cysteine residues. And the enzyme is MGMT, methyl guanine methyl transferase. And transfer of methyl group, once the methyl group is transferred, then automatically the enzyme is inactivated. But once the function is over, it is not reused again. See, this is how photoreactivation is occurring. You can see thymine dimers are there, right? And normal pairing is restored. And in excision repair, there is cutting of this. There is a difference between excision repair and photoactivation. And it is quite evident from the picture also. Excision is cutting of this, and reactivation is by photolysis group of enzyme, which actually helps in filling of these dimers. And this is direct repair. In this you can see this methyl guanine nucleotide, it transfers its methyl group to the cysteine residue and it is converted into guanine. And the enzyme here is MGMT. So this is what? This is simple direct repair mechanism. No base is added, nothing, simple. The enzyme acts and it changes it. Then recombinational DNA repair. Now recombinational DNA repair is very rare, like double strand breaks, which is caused due to chemotherapy, which is caused due to ionizing radiations, and which is caused due to oxidative free radicals, and it is very rare. And the solution to this is synapses occurs, unwinding of the strands occurs, then they are aligned and they are finally ligated. So this is how the DNA undergoes different type of repair mechanism: base excision repair, nucleotide excision repair, mismatch repair, and recombinational repair. Now then, another very important point is, what are the diseases which are associated with this defective DNA repair mechanism? Very, very important. Most of the diseases are autosomal recessive in nature. The main are ataxia, Bloom syndrome, Cockayne syndrome, progeria is there, Rothman-Thomson syndrome, trichotillomania, Werner syndrome, xeroderma pigmentosum, and hereditary non-polyposis colon cancer. So these are the very, very important disorders which are associated with this DNA repair system. First is ataxia. It is an autosomal recessive complex which is characterized by neurological impairment. Cerebral ataxia is there. And these are the different points. Second is Bloom syndrome. Again, a very, very important, you can say, DNA repair mechanism disorder. Basically, what happens is head is disproportionately small. Then you can say striking paucity of subcutaneous fat tissue throughout infancy and childhood is there. A redness is there on the cheeks and nose that actually characteristically makes its appearance in infancy after sun exposure. There is hyperpigmentation of the skin also, and it leads to chronic obstructive lung diseases. And the main complications of Bloom syndromes are diabetes mellitus and some of the different malignancies. Then this Cocaine syndrome, again very, very important. The other name of this is, it is also known as Weber-Cocaine syndrome or Neil-Dingwall syndrome. It is again a rare autosomal recessive disorder. There is failure of growth. There is impaired development of the nervous system, and the person is abnormally sensitive to sunlight. Photosensitivity is one of the major this thing, and premature aging is there. Other biochemical manifestations are hearing loss, eye abnormalities. These are the common features. Then trichothiodystrophy. There is the skin becomes rough, and again extreme photosensitivity is the characteristic feature of this. And why this occurs? Due to DNA excision repair mechanism. Then this Rothman-Thompson syndrome, again the common clinical findings are sun-sensitive rashes are there, juvenile cataracts are there, the saddle-shaped nose is there, and there is congenital bone defects. Progeria, again it is an extremely rare genetic disorder that causes the affected individual to undergo advanced aging at a very early age. And the individuals who are affected, they have normal development up to 18 months, but suddenly stop gaining weight and display stunted height. So as the individual ages, progeria becomes more severe with an average life expectancy of 12 years only. Then Werner syndrome, it is adult progeria. It is again associated with premature aging and an increased risk of cancer and other diseases. Then xeroderma pigmentosum, again is a very, very important autosomal recessive disorder due to nucleotide excision repair. And the person is actually, the deficient enzyme is endonuclease in this. And it is actually due to nucleotide excision repair process. Hypersensitivity to skin, to sunlight. And with subsequent formation of multiple skin cancers and premature death. So these are some of the very, very important disorders associated with DNA repair mechanism. Thanks so much. Now in my next video, I will be taking up with the transcription process, which is actually formation of RNA from DNA. So if you are gathering enough knowledge from my videos, please subscribe to my channel so that I can give you maximum benefit. Thanks a lot.